Right now, there is a Ferrari sitting on a used car lot in your city. Red paint, prancing horse on the hood, leather everywhere. It costs less than a loaded Toyota Camry, and it will absolutely destroy you financially if you buy the wrong one. Because what the listing does not tell you is that changing a rubber timing belt on the wrong Ferrari requires pulling the entire engine out of the car. That service costs $10,000. Ferrari requires it every 3 to 5 years, but a specific group of Ferraris completely broke that pattern. One Ferrari on this list was the first to replace rubber timing belts with indestructible chains, eliminating the single most expensive routine maintenance cost in the Italian exotic market. Another is a V12 Ferrari Grand Tourer that originally cost $180,000, and you can buy it today for $45,000 because purists hated the automatic gearbox. And the cheapest Ferrari on this list costs less than the average American wedding, so you could have skipped the open bar and driven a V12 instead. These are the 10 best Ferrari models you should actually buy in 2026. Starting with number 10. Number 10, the 1979-1989 Ferrari 400i 412, the vintage V12 Cruiser. $30,000, $55,000. The 400i and the later 412 are the definitive vintage Grand Tours. Designed by Pininfarina, they feature a highly polarizing boxy 3-box design that looks more like a classic BMW than a sweeping Italian exotic. Purists historically hated this car. It was never officially imported to the US, and it was the very first Ferrari to be offered with a General Motors-sourced 3-speed automatic transmission. Because the purists hated the automatic transmission and the styling, these are mathematically some of the cheapest V12 Ferraris on the planet, frequently selling for under $50,000. The 4.8-liter Colombo V12 engine is a mechanical masterpiece, producing a beautifully smooth exhaust note. If you just want the prestige of a vintage Ferrari V12 and don't care about track days, the GM transmission makes it an incredibly reliable and cheap-to-repair cruiser. The 412 models, they feature a larger 4.9-liter engine and standard ABS braking. The Bosch K-Jetronic fuel injection system hates to sit idle. If the previous owner kept it in a garage for 5 years without driving it, the fuel distributor will be gummed up. Ensure the car starts cleanly from cold without a massive cloud of rich black smoke. The 400i is a V12 bargain, but if you want the classic mid-engine Ferrari experience on a massive budget. Number 9 is a practical loophole. Number 9, the 1989-1993 Ferrari Mondial to the practical mid-engine. $30,000, $55,000. The Mondial consistently ranks as the most affordable entry point into Ferrari ownership. It is a mid-engine sports car that somehow managed to fit 2 small rear seats in the back, making it the ultimate family exotic. Do not buy the early 1980-1982 Mondial 8. It only produced 214 horsepower and is widely considered the slowest and most dynamically embarrassing Ferrari ever made. You must explicitly hunt down the final version, the Mondial T. The T stands for transverse, meaning Ferrari took the brilliant 3.4-liter V8 out of the much more expensive 348 and dropped it into this chassis, mounting the engine longitudinally and the gearbox transversely. It produces 300 horsepower, sounds phenomenal, and gives you real Ferrari performance for the price of a loaded Honda Accord. Any 1989 to 1993 Mondial to Cabriolet. The Mondial T requires an engine-out service every 3 to 5 years to replace the timing belts. You must demand service records. If the belts haven't been done recently, instantly deduct $7,000 from your offering price. The Mondial is the budget king, but if you want the absolute pinnacle of 1990 stealth wealth, number 8 is a V12 masterpiece. Number 8, the 1992 to 2003 Ferrari 456 GT, the Stealth V12, $60,000, $80,000. The 456 GT is arguably the most elegant Ferrari of the 1990s. It features stunning Pininfarina lines, pop-up headlights, and a massive 5.5-liter V12 engine sitting under a long, sweeping hood. Because it is a 4-seater Grand Tourer rather than a mid-engine track car, collectors largely ignored it. Their loss is your massive gain. For roughly $73,000, you can buy a V12 Ferrari that produces 436 horsepower, hits 186 miles per hour, and actually offers a gated 6-speed manual transmission. Furthermore, Owners of the 456 tend to actually drive and maintain them rather than lock them in climate-controlled bubbles, meaning you can frequently find sorted, healthy examples on the used market. The later 456M models. They feature improved interior ergonomics and better cooling. The rear self-leveling suspension system is a known weak point. Check the rear shock absorbers for hydraulic fluid leaks. Rebuilding these specific shocks is a highly specialized and expensive process. The 456 is a massive V12 value, but if you want the classic, iconic wedge shape of a mid-engine exotic, number 7 is a pure 90s icon. If you made it this far, hit like. Subscribe if you want the real stories behind the badges. Back to the list. Number 7. The 1989-1995 Ferrari 348, the Mini Testarossa. $50,000, $70,000. The 348 is pure, unadulterated retro styling. With its slatted side intakes and squared-off taillights, it looks exactly like a scaled-down version of the legendary Testarossa. The 348 was heavily criticized upon its release for having unpredictable handling at the absolute limit on a racetrack. Unless you are taking it to the track every weekend, the handling criticisms are largely irrelevant today. You are buying a raw, analog, gated manual V8 Ferrari that sounds incredible. Prices dropped significantly to between $40,000 and $70,000, making it one of the most accessible mid-engine sports cars in the brand's history. The later 348 GTs or GTB models, which featured revised suspension geometry that completely fixed the early handling quirks. Just like the Mondial T, the 348 requires an engine-out service for the timing belts. You must factor an $8,000 maintenance bill into your budget if the service history is unknown. The 348 is a great 90s aesthetic, but if you want the absolute definitive classic that defined television in the 1980s, number 6 is a cultural icon. Number 6, the 1977 to 1985 Ferrari 308 GTS, the Magnum PI Classic. $70,000, $90,000. The 308 GTs is automotive folklore. Made famous by Tom Selleck in Magnum PI, it possesses arguably the most recognizable and universally beloved shape of any classic Ferrari. The early carbureted models sound amazing, but tuning 4 Weber carburetors is an absolute nightmare. In the early 1980s, fuel-injected models suffered a massive drop in horsepower due to strict emissions tuning. The absolute genius move is to buy the final iteration, the 308 Quattrovalvole. Introduced in 1982, Ferrari added 4 valves per cylinder, completely restoring the lost horsepower while keeping the highly reliable Bosch fuel injection. It is a robust, relatively simple V8 that independent mechanics love to work on. It is arguably the safest place to park $80,000 in the classic car market. The 1983 to 1985 308 GTS Quattrovalvole. Rust is the absolute enemy of 1970s and 80s Italian cars. Check the lower door skins, the wheel arches, and the bottom of the front windshield extremely carefully for bubbling paint. The 308 is the classic king, but if you want modern aluminum chassis performance and massive V12 power, number 5 is a depreciation cheat code. Number 5, the 2004-2011 Ferrari 612 Scaglietti, the aluminum V12, $85,000, $105,000. The 6112 Scaglietti was a massive technological leap forward for Ferrari. It was their second all-aluminum vehicle, meaning this massive V12 Grand Tourer is surprisingly lightweight and incredibly stiff. The styling was highly controversial upon release. The long, swooping headlights and massive footprint caused it to plummet in value on the used market. That depreciation is your best friend. For under $105,000, you get a 533 horsepower, 5.7-liter V12 engine that is genuinely built to last. It provides unbelievable highway comfort, genuine seating for 4 adults, and a top speed of 199 mph. It is an affordable Ferrari that will not ruin your budget if you buy the right specification. Look for the highly coveted Auto versions from 2008 onwards. They feature the vastly improved dual-plate clutch F1 transmission and an electrochromic glass roof. If you buy an early model with the F1 automated manual transmission, the hydraulic pump that actuates the clutch is a known failure point. As for records proving the F1 pump and relay have been recently replaced, the 612 is a massive V12 value. But if you want to push that logic to the absolute extreme with all-wheel drive, number 4 breaks all the rules. Number 4, the 2011 to 2016 Ferrari FF, the AWD depreciation hack. 110,000, 130,000. The F is a shooting brake with a massive V12 engine and a highly complex all-wheel drive system. It is the Ferrari you can actually drive to the ski resort. It originally cost over $300,000. Because traditional Ferrari buyers hated the wagon styling, it suffered from some of the most catastrophic depreciation in the brand's history. You are buying a 651 horsepower, screaming V12 hyperwagon for roughly $124,000. The two that runs the front wheels is highly complex, but the sheer performance, utility, and modern comfort you get for the price make this the ultimate exotic daily driver. It is practically a modern supercar for the price of a high-end Porsche 911. Any 2014 to 2016 model, as Ferrari ironed out some of the early 2 seal failures by these years. The 2 is the only terrifying part of this car. Test drive the car slowly in tight circles. If you hear a whining, grinding, or crunching noise from the front of the car, the 2 is failing, which is a $15,000 repair. The FF is the ultimate 4-seater hack, but if you want the absolute most reliable modern convertible they make, number 3 changed the company forever. Number 3, the 2009-2014 Ferrari California, the modern daily. $75,000, $90,000. The California was designed to be driven every single day. It was the first front-mounted V8 Ferrari, the first to feature a folding metal hardtop, and most importantly, the first to feature a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. Hardcore enthusiasts look down on the California, calling it a soft Ferrari built for casual cruising rather than setting lap times. Because it was built to be a daily driver, it is exceptionally reliable. The 4.3-liter V8 engine produces 453 horsepower and sounds absolutely feral. The dual-clutch transmission completely eliminated the jerky, highly fragile nature of the older F1 gearboxes. You get 0-60 in under 4 seconds, extreme reliability, and a folding hardtop for under $90,000. The 2012 California 30 update, which dropped 30 kilograms of weight and added 30 horsepower. The folding metal roof is highly complex. Actuate the roof up and down at least 3 times on your test drive. If it hesitates, groans, or fails to latch perfectly, the hydraulic sensors are out of alignment. The California is the perfect modern daily, but if you want the absolute benchmark that completely revolutionized Ferrari maintenance, number 2 is a mechanical savior. Number 2, the 1999-2004 Ferrari 360 Modena, the engine and savior. $75,000, $95,000. The 360 Modena is the poster car of the early 2000s. It features stunning, sweeping lines, a clear glass engine cover, and an all-aluminum chassis that made it dramatically lighter and faster than its predecessor. The early F1 automated manual transmissions burn through clutches in stop-and-go traffic and are notoriously jerky. The 360 Modena completely revolutionized Ferrari ownership because of one massive engineering change, the access panel. Ferrari placed a removable panel directly behind the seats, meaning mechanics could change the timing belts without removing the engine from the car. This dropped the dreaded belt service from an $8,000 nightmare to a $2,000 routine job. It is widely considered the best bang for your buck exotic with the lowest maintenance exposure. Reddit, you absolutely must hunt for a factory-gated 6-speed manual transmission model. If you must buy the F1 paddle shift, stick to the 2003 or 2004 models with the updated transmission software. Check the ball joints. The 360 is known for prematurely wearing out its suspension ball joints. If the car clunks aggressively over speed bumps, budget $2,000 for a suspension refresh. The 360 Modena solved the engine out problem, but the undisputed king of affordable reliability completely threw the timing belts in the trash. Number 1. The 2005-2009 Ferrari F430, the bulletproof benchmark. $95,000, $125,000. The F430 is the ultimate sweet spot in modern Ferrari history. It perfectly bridges the gap between raw, analog driving feel and modern reliability. It hits nearly 200 mph and features the F1-derived e-diff. It is the most expensive car on this list, hovering right around the $100,000 mark. You gladly pay that premium because the F430 utilizes the legendary F136 V8 engine. For the first time in decades, Ferrari threw the rubber timing belts in the trash and used heavy-duty timing chains. This means the terrifying multi-$1,000 belt service is completely eliminated. The 483 horsepower V8 is widely considered one of the most bulletproof, over-engineered blocks in Italian history. It is a genuine, hyper-aggressive exotic car that you can reliably commute in. A 2008 or 2009 model, By the end of the production run, Ferrari completely perfected the F1 transmission pump and exhaust manifolds. The stock exhaust headers on early F430s are prone to cracking due to heat stress. Put the car on a lift and inspect the exhaust manifolds. If you see white powdery residue around the welds, the headers are cracked and need to be replaced with aftermarket steel units. I just spent this whole video telling you which Ferraris to buy. Now I have to keep you from making a massive financial mistake. If you see any of these three scenarios on the used market, walk away immediately. The 1995-1999 Ferrari F355, the F355 is widely regarded as one of the most beautiful and best-sounding cars in history. It is also a financial black hole. The engine must be completely removed every 3 to 5 years for a $10,000 belt service. Furthermore, the soft bronze valve guides wear out prematurely, and the exhaust manifolds are practically guaranteed to crack. Avoid it unless you have a massive maintenance budget. The 1980-1982 Ferrari Mondial 8. Do not confuse this with the excellent Mondial T. The launch year Mondial 8 is an incredibly slow, 214 horsepower disappointment. The early Bosch Cage-atronic injection combined with primitive emissions equipment choked the engine, resulting in a 0-60 time of over 9 seconds. It is cheap, but it will embarrass you at a stoplight. Any early F1 transmission, when Ferrari first introduced the automated manual F1 paddle shift gearbox on the early 355, 360, and 575 models, the technology was highly experimental. The hydraulic pumps burn out constantly, and the clutches get entirely eaten if you drive them in heavy stop and go traffic. Always buy the gated manual, or stick to the highly refined post-2008 dual clutch systems. Now I want to hear from you. Which Ferrari on this list would you actually buy with your own money and why? The 30,000 V12 bargain at number 10, the access panel revolution at number 2, or the bulletproof benchmark at number 1? And if you have ever owned a Ferrari any model, any year, drop your mileage, your experience, and your honest verdict in the comments below. The good, the bad, and the ugly repair bills. Because the best information on this channel does not come from mechanics or dealerships. It comes from owners who have actually lived with these cars. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. The next video in our 10 Best Models series is waiting for you on your screen right now. See you in it.